So I haven't really been up to doing a lot of writing lately. So that means I haven't really wanted to do a lot of real deep analytical videos on, specific games or anything like that. I've got some more stuff that I want to cover, but I just really wanted to do some fun short videos where I could talk about, a couple different things that I like. And what I really wanted to look at, and I thought it'd be a fun idea to look at my favorite levels in different Super Mario Brothers games. So I just wanted to stick with the first four Mario games: Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3, and Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. I didn't want to go beyond that because after Super Mario World, I kind of quit following Mario as much. I played Mario 64, I never beat Sunshine, and then beyond that, hadn't really played a Mario game again, and really tried to play a Mario game again until New Super Mario Brothers Wii. So I'm not a huge Mario fan, even though I do a lot of Mario videos. So anyway, let's take a look at Super Mario Brothers 1, and let's take a look at my two favorite levels. Super Mario Brothers 1 is just full of nostalgia for me. I load that up and I play that game, and I just remember all the times that I used to play it with my parents, or just sat there and watched my parents play it. But it's a really fun game. Now, my favorite level in Super Mario Bros. 1 is World 2-3. In this level, you pretty much just run to the right, and you have to avoid all of the cheeps that are flying up at you. And I just really like being able to get through this level and collect all the coins in it without getting hit once. And I always try to go as fast as I can. It's just a really fun level for that. World 8-1 is my other favorite level from Mario 1, and what I really like about this level is that it kind of brings everything together. There's some good platforming, some tricky jumps, and on top of that there's a lot of enemies to defeat. I just really like 8-1 because it pulls all that stuff together, but it's not super difficult like 8-2. 8-2 is probably the hardest level in the game. Maybe 8-3. 8-3 is pretty tough too, but 8-1's the one that just kind of hits that sweet spot for me, that it's just easy enough for me to speed through it, but it's still kind of challenging enough that I've got to hold my breath a couple times. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Super Mario Bros. 2. This is the first game I ever played, and it's also the first video that I ever made. So, yeah. Super Mario Bros. 2 is obviously the American follow-up to Super Mario Bros. 1, the North American follow-up, I should say. And the best level on it, in my opinion, is the World 4-2, and that's the frozen level with all of the whales. And I really like that level because of the whales, honestly. I don't know what it is about them. When I was a kid, I remember getting to this level and I was just infatuated with it. I made all kinds of drawings with Mario jumping all over whales. I always kind of wanted another level that used these, big aquatic creatures. I really like how their spouts, kind of serve as a platform, and you can jump on the spouts, the water or the air that they're blowing through their blowhole, and use that as a platform to reach, the cherries that are up in the air. And it's just a really fun level, and I've always really liked it. My next favorite level in Super Mario Bros. 2 is World 3-2, and this is the reason I really like this. Is this kind of is a display of Princess Toadstool's abilities in the game. Now, you can go through this whole level correctly, and climb down the ladder at the very end of the stage, bomb through a bunch of walls, and fight the enemies that you need to fight. Or you can kind of cheat a little bit and just start jumping over all of the large gaps with Princess's float ability, and it makes the level go really quick. But I really like the whole difference between the overworld, that little tunnel area under the overworld, and then the underworld, all on the same level. It's just a really cool idea, and I really like that level because of that and the ability to skip it with Princess. It's just fun. It's one of those levels that I really enjoy, and you've got the Astros too, and the Astros are always funny. And now for everyone's favorite, Super Mario Bros. 3. not quite my favorite Mario Brothers game, but I mean, it's damn good. I mean, look at that yellow label. That's nostalgia right there. Now, in Super Mario Brothers 3, I've actually got 3 levels that I really, really like. The first one, my first favorite level in Super Mario Brothers 3 is World 4-1, and that is the level where you finally get to see all of the Giant World in all of its glory. Giant World is really cool because Nintendo decided to blow up all their enemies and put a lot more detail into the sprites, and it's just really neat. I always thought that this level was like the coolest one in the game, and I was always excited to get to this level as a kid because you get to see these really giant sprites, and Mario can still beat them the same way he would normally. So it's not like it's a huge challenge because the enemies are much bigger. I mean, they take a little bit more space on the screen, so that actually kind of makes them a bigger target. And then you even got like this big pool of water floating in the air, and these really cool waterfalls that are flowing down from the big pool of water in the air, and they kind of go through the pipes, so it just looks like this big drain area. I don't know. I just really like the artistic direction that the level designers took with this stage, so it just looks neat. I just really like it. Now, my next favorite Mario 3 level would be World 5-3. And that is the infamous level with Karubo's shoe, or the Goomba boot. There's not really a whole lot to this level. It's just run to the left, jump in a warp pipe, and then run back to the right, and then it's done. It's not an exceptionally long level. It's not an exceptionally difficult level, but the power-up of Karubo's shoe is really freaking neat, and it's a damn shame that Nintendo didn't use this in any other level in the game. And I mean, it's just so much fun. You jump under the Goomba that's in his little boot, you pop him out of the boot, then you steal the boot, and now you've got like a really cool little weapon where you can stomp on stuff that you normally couldn't. You can stomp on Spinies, you can jump across and kind of walk across the munchers, and you can jump on piranha plants. It's a nice little power-up, but you never get to see it again. The first time you actually get to use this outside of this world that I'm aware of is when you play Mario Maker, and of course you can make a whole level, surrounding the Goomba boot in Mario Maker, and it's really fun. But unfortunately, Nintendo decided not to do it officially in Mario 3 again, so yeah, whatever. And my third favorite level in Mario 3 is actually World 610. And it's not a long level. It's a really short level, but what I really like about it is the really clever puzzle. Now, you wouldn't think that munchers turn to coins whenever you hit the P block, but they do. And on top of that, there are frozen munchers that are frozen in blocks of ice that you can free with the Fire Flower. So the cool thing about this level is there's this big pillar of bricks. You climb up a vine. At the top of the vine is a P block. You hit the P block. The big pillar of bricks turns to coins, and you'd normally think, hey, that's the secret here. But it's not. If you keep heading to the right, you see a pipe with frozen munchers on top of it, and you can't get into it unless you unfreeze the munchers with the Fire Flower, and while the P block is turned on, they just immediately turn to coins. So once you jump down that pipe, you see a big question block, and it is a Hammer Brothers suit. And that is really super cool, and that's why this level is really neat. It's just that really cool little secret. And lastly, the Super Nintendo Super Mario World. This game is great, and I wanted to take a look at another 3 levels on this game. Now, Super Mario World. I've recently come to the conclusion that I actually like this game better than Mario 3. If you watched my Mario 3 versus Mario World video, you'd know that. It was a very, very hard decision to come to. But my first favorite level with Super Mario World is the first Donut Plains. And it's just kind of, after that intro level of Yoshi's Island, Donut Plains is a lot bigger of a level. There's a lot more to do. There's more secrets. There are secret exits. There's a secret exit in the level. You get the cape feather for the first time. You can use the cape feather in like a little practice area to collect as many coins as you can. It's just a really cool, well put together level that really centers around the cape and how to use it. Nintendo did a very good job introducing players to this power-up. So that's why it's probably my favorite level in this game. The next one I really like is the Chocolate Fortress, and that is honestly because of the stakes that shoot up out of the ground, and the thwomps and the thwimps that are in the level. And what I like about the level is that not only are you in a castle full of molten chocolate, which is neat, but you can also jump over the stakes and use the spin jump and jump on the stakes and get past them unscathed. But another really cool part about that is the thwomps. And it's just I guess the thwomps and the thwimps in this level are just kind of fun to avoid. And if you've gotten all of the Switch Palaces up to this point, a lot of the thwomps and the thwimps are completely neutralized and they're stuck in their area, and that's just kind of fun. I'm not a big fan of the Reznor end boss, but just getting through this level has always been a fun one for me. My third favorite level in Mario World is the Forest of Illusion area, where Lakitu is fishing with the 1-up, and there's nothing really particularly interesting about this level other than that, and the fact that if you knock out a Lakitu the right way, you can actually jump into his cloud and use the cloud to kind of explore the level a little bit more. Again, there's not a whole lot here. There's a secret exit. It's kind of a straightforward level, but I always really liked that whole Lakitu element to it, and it's just a fun level to get through. Those are my favorite Super Mario Bros. Levels from the first 4 Mario games, the classic Mario games. What do you guys like? What is your favorite Mario level? Do a response video if you want to, or just leave a comment. That's all I got though, so thanks for watching. Later.